Nate, have we met before? Somebody told you I was whack? Check the source. Somebody told you I was back? Yes, of course, you got a problem with the fans? There's the door, you looking for the old me? Check the morgue. Woke up in the cell, where am I at? Yeah, it's cold, but I like that. What am I trapped? Heart's beating out of my chest. Doors locked, but the keys are in my hands. Yeah, that's why it doesn't make sense, does it? I make songs, I don't make friends. Judge me, might smile, but it ain't that.
I already have to stop. Sorry, sometimes people think that's annoying, but I already had to stop. Oh my gosh, I love this, yeah. Why am I trapped? Heart's beating out of my chest. Doors locked, but the keys are in my hand. Oh my gosh, yes. It can, as we're healing, this is a beautiful revelation that he's having. Oh, I'm going to take these jingly bracelets off. He's having this understanding of what's in his control, and that he hasn't maybe fully let go of those keys, but it's a beautiful moment for someone to at least understand what this metaphor is describing. That your healing is within your control and in your hands, and that you are capable of navigating it. It's scary, but there's no one else that is holding those keys but you. That's also a very empowering place to be. And I'm excited to hear more. But I've used this metaphor in therapy a lot, so I'm kind of hoping that this could be a video I could share with clients. I think that would be really awesome to just give this visual representation of how they feel too. And I'm sure how many of you feel. Many of you have felt. So I am ready.
Yeah, that's why it doesn't make sense, does it? I make songs, I don't make friends. Judge me, might smile, but it ain't that funny. Sing along to the pain, they love it. Life's like a merry-go-round, now I'm still trying to figure it out. I like space, I don't fit in the crowds. My whole life I've been airing it out. Oh, I'm getting into character now. Feels wrong, but it feels right. My feelings seal tight, real nice, but I will fight anything to win. But I'm not Mike Tyson, I won't bite you, but I will tell you if I don't like you. I am not the norm, I got my own shoes, I ain't trying to fit in yours. I never been married, but I felt divorced. Hi, I'm Nate, have we met before? Somebody told you I was whack? Check the source. Somebody told you I was back? Yes, of course, you got a problem with the fans? There's the door, you looking for the old me? Check the morgue.
Oh, I really like that. You looking for the old me? Check the morgue. I like that a lot. Yeah. We should be in a constant evolution of death and rebirth within ourselves, and of seeking to like define and find what we want that next version, that next level to look like, to be like, to have intention towards moving towards it, not towards stagnation. That's what evolving is. It's evolving into more and more of who you are becoming, who you want to become. It's why I named my therapy practice Evolve Counseling, because that is the energy, the mindset that I want to instill and help cultivate for other people. So that all of that was so perfect. And then I think it's interesting. I'm curious about the part where he was saying, I never been married, but I feel divorced. Because part of me feels like that's tied to just not feeling acceptance or feeling a sense of rejection, which makes a lot of sense given his trauma history that he's shared, and also things that he's shared that have nothing to do with other people. Like I was thinking specifically relation to his mother, because that, especially when someone is growing up and they're seeing someone fall into destructive behavior and then pass away, it feels like an abandonment. It feels like a rejection to not for them to not choose a healthier path for themselves in order to be there for him as a child. And that's a wondering that I have there. But I'd love your own interpretations for anyone who might know more. And then I got my own shoes. I ain't trying to fit in yours. And some of these lyrics feel like they're really tying in actually to the podcast episode that James and I just recorded about confidence versus ego and how to feel more confident. But that line really ties in for me. It's like, I don't need to fit that mold. I feel comfortable with where I'm at. I don't need to fit your definition. I've got my own. So there's like, he's building this sense of authenticity, rooting into his value system, and really self-reflecting. That's what I'm getting so far from this song, and I'm really excited to see where this unfolds. This one piqued my interest right away. I was like, oh, tell me more, Annette.
I'm Nate, have we met before? Somebody told you I was whack? Check the source, somebody told you I was back? Yes, of course, you got a problem with the fans? There's the door, you looking for the old me? Check the more. I'm not a fortune teller, but I can see into the future better. Ain't no telling what'll happen when I pick up the microphone, get the fans together. Same style, but the songs are better. Been a year and a half, feels like it's gone forever. Ain't no drink in my hand, but you know the buzz coming. Big steps in the game, yeah, the hawk is running. My thoughts are funny, it feels like I'm on to something, yeah. I'm high off the music, my head's in the clouds. I kinda like it up here, I'm not coming down. I'd rather be alone, I am not good in crowds. Which is kinda confusing, I know, been that way since a child. They laugh and they tell me I'll never get out. I'm just trying to be me, I am nobody else. I don't care what you think, I'm just being myself. So I guess for now, I'll just be.
Okay, this whole, all of this. Okay, where do I start? I have a personal reflection, but that section, I'm high off the music, my head in the clouds. I just had this realization like today, maybe. It's a fresh one, so I'm still formulating it. Give me some grace, but I'll be vulnerable with you here because the high off the music, I get counseling highs, y'all. I do. Like, being in the presence of other people's growth and self-exploration, and like learning more things, and getting to have these really beautiful conversations with so much depth. It's such an honor. Like, you're seeing me, I'm like giddy. I love it. I love what I do. And I can be sometimes so focused on that I can lose sight and kind of get my head in the clouds, because like real life here on the ground, my family, my home, like all those things need my attention. Not that they're not neglected, but I haven't engaged, let's say, in certain hobbies. Like, I really like to paint. I can't remember the last time I painted. I really like to do yoga. It had been so long since I did yoga, and I did it last night. With Oakley, my stepson, and it felt so good. And like little self-care pieces, but even, I was really into other elements that were like really beneficial for my family when it came to, this is gonna sound so boring now. I sound like a real like suburban housewife, but my garden and meal prep, and I don't know. Oh gosh, I'm sorry I'm making you listen to that. But they were tied into this value system of family, and sometimes my head can get stuck in the clouds and I'm so passionate about this. So I understand that passion that he's speaking to. Oh, yeah. And like, rather being alone, not good in crowds. I'm sure that there are elements of this fame. There's elements of fame for anyone, I'm sure, that are really uncomfortable, but that he has to be in crowds and has to have that social interaction when maybe that isn't naturally what he does feel comfortable with. And there's people who can create and make this artistry and have so much soul in what they're doing, so much spirit, and at the same time not have that extroversion muscle that they're not wanting that element. And I think that comes through in this song sometimes. Like, I'm just trying to be, I'm not anybody else, where oftentimes the music industry and being involved in something where you're a commodity and you're being marketed requires, or the vision of it, I shouldn't say it requires, because a lot of what he says is like, I'm being me. I don't need to like follow that mold. But typically means a certain type of personality that also enjoys that fame, that attention. And attention can be really uncomfortable too. So I'm sure that there's other ways of making sense of that. And maybe it's my own like recent insight, because I can project that. But I kind of, again, have said that music should be something where we do get to infuse our own interpretation. I think that's part of the beauty of it. And I'm sure that's where artists come from. I've never heard any artist who said, your interpretation is completely off and you completely, you did it wrong. You listened to my music wrong. They love when there's people growing, learning, having their own insights they're layering in. So anyways, I'd love to know anyone else on that section. Okay, I'm gonna let it play longer. I know I've been jumping at it, been excited. Calm down.
Me, I am nobody else. I don't care what you think, I'm just being myself. So I guess for now, I'll just be the outcast. I'll just be the outcast. Yeah, I'll just be the outcast. I guess I'll be the outcast. Yeah, I guess I don't fit the mold of rap, cause I'm respecting women. I heard your record, I was laughing at it. Maybe they would like me more if I got a little graphic with it. No, I don't wanna blend in with you little rapping idiots. I'd rather be the outcast. I ain't never putting out trash. I take 100 and staple it right to my tongue. I always put the money where my mouth's at. Feels good to be here now. I'm a weird person with a weird crowd. What, you don't like that? That's cool, that's great, that's fine. Okay, you can leave now. Got a weird smile, but I like it though. I paint it on me and I walk up to the microphone and put the caution tape around me like it didn't intro on. Yeah, they got me reminiscing now. Yeah, you didn't know I'm about to go mad. Never wanted something so bad. Goosebumps through the whole track. Ain't no way I'm gonna hold back. Got me thinking that I'm cooking in a math lab. How I'm blowing up in front of my own eyes. You look a little lost, you ain't get that. Coming from a town where nobody is a rap, I guess I never got the memo once I missed that. Wow. Here I go in my feelings again. I can feel it again. So I lay in my bed in my cell with a pen and I dwell on my sins. I keep wondering when time to open the door. They don't know who I am, but I pick up the keys and I put on my Timbs and I stare at the locks and the tat on my skin and I think to myself, I don't wanna fit in. I'm high off the music, my head's in the clouds. I kinda like it up here, I'm not coming down. I'd rather be alone, I am not good in crowds. Which is kinda confusing, I know, been that way since a child. They laugh and they tell me I'll never get out. I'm just trying to be me, I am nobody else. I don't care what you think, I'm just being myself. So I guess for now, yeah, I'll just be the outcast. I'll just be the outcast. Yeah, I'll just be the outcast. I guess I'll be the outcast. Yeah.
I really love that this feels like an anthem almost for people who have felt other, people who have felt different in some way. And I'll just be the outcast, embracing that. And I think, it's funny. I could reflect even on the name of this podcast channel and the podcast, Delightfully Dysfunctional. It implies a bit of being an outcast too. And I very much felt other. I grew up in a very small town. It was population 1,400 people. It's probably less now. My graduating class was, I think, 46 people. And I must be 1% was a minority, 1% of the population of the town. And maybe if that. And so it felt like a lot of otherness. It felt like the differences in my Asianness were very much highlighted or commented on. And even without that factor, it's how you feel in those spaces, and not having anyone who looks like you or comes from a similar cultural background feels really isolating. And anyways, that just kind of contributes to that sense of otherness. I just remember literally praying, and there was not anything realistic about it, but just wishing, I wish I just had blonde hair and blue eyes. I didn't like the way I looked at all. I didn't like how, I didn't feel like I blended. And I know that's not the energy that I have, dear friends and wonderful people, and it's a beautiful community. That's not the energy that they were intending. There was no intention towards that. Although there were some negative experiences, but it's just, I think the effect of being in somewhere where you don't 100% feel that sense of belonging, right? So this song is really for anyone who hasn't felt that sense of belonging. And at the same time, I see these really beautiful lines of self-reflection, self-awareness, of integrity, which I love. Integrity is my favorite. Integrity is so sexy. Like when someone shows up with authenticity and is consistent and confident, like, is there anything sexier? And so he has this integrity and belief in himself that is really beautiful. And I think there's some sections too which kind of point out, like, there's people who want to dwell on my mistakes and things like that. And boy, like having a perspective of just like, yeah, I'm human. I'm going to weave this into my story, and I don't need to justify my humanness to you if I've made mistakes. I'm going to just keep following this path. And I hear that flowing through these lyrics as well. And I think that's a beautiful gift, especially because like we're in this season in society of cancel culture, and I think that it's slowly mellowing out. And it's not that I think people shouldn't be held accountable at times, but there's also a space for, yeah, we're human and we're mess up and we're not going to say things right or do things right. And have we reflected and made changes? Because then that's someone who's just been human. To just, wash someone off because of a mistake and then being really broad. Clearly, there are things that one should have a repercussion for. But I don't know. What was the line he said? Something about sins. Someone find it, put it in the comments for me. I can't find it right now. Anyways, that was kind of like a thought that like blipped in my head. Whether or not that's where he was coming from when he wrote it, I'm not fully sure. But let's keep going. I really like it. Also, though, when he's riding on top of the car, it scares the crap out of me. He's just sitting there, he just stands up. I don't know. Stay safe.
Yeah, I'll just be the outcast. I guess I'll be the outcast. Yeah, trying to focus. Take a knife to my head, then I cut it open. Take my brain, put it on the floor, trying to figure out my motives. Y'all thought I was an issue when the door was locked. Nah, you should see me when the door opens. Every night I can hear voices, put a camera in my face. Might turn Joker like a Mike Posner. Always been a little complex, difficult to process. Some of y'all wanna sit around and try to pick apart my bars. Here's some lines you could dissect. If I'ma die, giving everything that I have. Take a deep breath, I don't need y'all's respect. I'm a reject, kid at recess, playing games with his make-believe friends. Yeah, I don't ever take a night off. Lights off in a room and I write songs. I might fall into my thoughts once in a while when the mic's off. You ain't never seen no drive like mine, better hop out of my car. I'm about to unlock my doors, you ain't got a seatbelt on, better find one. Getting sick of people telling me to smile more. TS was a chapter I'll never forget, it was therapy for me. But it's time to turn the page now. Hey, shut up, I'm trying to tell him my story. I'm sorry, I wasn't yelling at y'all, I was talking to the voices. I rip out the drums of the industry's ears for trying to ignore me and play them while singing the chorus. I'll just be the outcast. I'll just be the outcast. Yeah, I'll just be the outcast. I guess I'll be the outcast. I'll just be the outcast. I'll just be the outcast. Yeah, I'll just be the outcast. I guess I'll be the outcast.
Oh, then they're all locked up. Ooh, I like that. The darkness and like the ominous key jingling, locking the door. Interesting. Oh, I think my favorite line was in this section. Take a knife to my head, then cut it open. Take my brain, put it on the floor, trying to figure out my motives. I like that. Figure out your motives. Yeah, that's that self-reflection. And like I don't know, the song feels like he's doing that with precision. Like he's not as afraid to explore it. And I think that is really, really cool. And part of my interpretation and some of the visual elements with the cage too is this recognition of y'all can be outcasts too with me. And because there's the group of them in the cage, at least like that's what I could tell from the dim screen, which my brightness is all the way up, but that they were all in the cage with him. And that's speaking to, again, the confidence of just, I know that my voice, I know my message is reaching ears who understand the same thing as me. So I don't need to be confined to this image that the music industry wants or that my critics think I need to shift or change, because I'm not alone. I'm in good company here with my fan base, with the people who are turning towards what I'm creating. So that was so fun. I like it. I like it. Oh man, we are continuing down that NF journey, and I want to share the passion that I have for helping people and open up availability. And so I do have a 30-minute free discovery call that is available to you to schedule a time to meet with me so that we can talk about the options in working together. I have some packages, one of which is an 8-week package I'm calling The Shift, to really improve your mindset and shift you into a place of real growth and evolution that has been beautiful to see clients that I've had walk through this process with me. So please do yourself a favor and invest in you. Invest in you. How often does that happen? Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. I love the little community that we're forming. And if you've made it this far, I just want to let you know that I appreciate that you're here. I really do. And for feeling along with me on this journey, on this NF journey. So please like, subscribe, and share with a friend. And give a listen to our podcast episode that we are releasing either soon or maybe, Tuesday.
Which, by the time this what you're recording right now will be like a couple weeks from now.
Okay. Thank you, James.
So go back to episode 75.
So go back to episode 75, where we talk about confidence and ego and how we can foster that, create that, because there's elements of this within the song that's being communicated, and it's really fun, super fun. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you in the next one.